If you let me do the share.
The February Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos, Megilas Esther. And you may share now, please.
Okay, good morning again. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Tzalman Nachni here in Zoom. We're learning Megilas Esther, and 2 weeks to Purim. We Rosh Chodesh Adar, so we're closer to the day we're preparing for. Okay, let's see. Where did we leave off? In which pasuk? Third base, if I'm not mistaken.
I have Zion.
Pasuk Zion.
Zion. Oh, the Zion.
I think we're a bit, maybe Yud. I think no.
I thought you'd bet.
Let's see.
Oh, we did you'd bet, or we read you'd bet. I don't know if we did any of the commentary on it.
Yeah, we did. Okay, Yud Beit. I think we should. Yeah, Yud Beit sounds right. Okay. Yeah, who would like to read?
I would.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, Yud Bet. Let's see. Uvehagia Tor Naara V'Naara Lavo El Hamelech Hakashverosh Miketz Hayos La Kidas Hanashim Shneim Asar Chodesh Ki Kain Yim La'u Yemei Merukehem Shisha Chadashim B'Shemen HaMor V'Shisha Chadashim B'Samim Uvetamrukei HaNashim. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, so let's see. And it came the turn of each young woman to come to King Achashverosh. In the end, Miketz.
Right, exactly. Very good.
Let's see. And after in accordance with the understanding of the woman, 12 months. Now I'm not getting this right. Kidas.
But that should be according to the decree.
Oh,
right? Das in this case, Das is the decree.
The decree of the women, the 12 months. So there'd be 12 months that they would be in that house.
Right.
Like
I think was it Roy or I forgot who mentioned it. The 12 months was a isolation period to make sure they weren't diseased.
Right. And they let's see. Therefore, Yimlu. What's Yimlu?
That's when they fill. It was complete.
Was there when it was complete?
May, right.
The days of the isolation, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with spices. What is this word? Uvataruke.
Tarkuche and Nashim. That was the like the cosmetics for women's cosmetics. So you had three. So there were 6 months with the shemen mower, and then another 6 months with the besamim, like that's spices and perfumes, and then the cosmetics.
In cosmetics. Okay. Uvezeh hana'ara ba'a el hamelech es kol asher tomar yi na sein la lavo ima mi beis hanashim ad beis hamelech. And with this, the young women came to the king, and everything that that they said will be given to her to come with it to the house of the women until the house of the king.
Yeah, that right. With this, the woman would come to the king, Asher Ace call Asher Taimar on it with anything that she requested. She could come to the king with anything she requested. They have these beauty pageants. So this one plays the ukulele, and this one she plays the saxophone. Like whatever. So she wanted saxophone for the king, so they give her a saxophone. She wanted to play ukulele, right? So they give her a ukulele.
Right.
So whatever she wanted to use, so they were happy to give her the things she wanted to use to entertain the king.
Let's see. Ba'erev he ba'a uva boker he shava el beis hanashim sheni el yad gaz saris hamelech shomer ha-pilagshim lo savo od el hamelech ki im chafetz ba hamelech v'nikra v'shem. So let's see. In the evening, she would come, and in the morning she would leave. She would come to the house of the women. I'm sorry, yeah, of the women. The second house of the women. To the guarding of the of Shash Gaz. I think that's a name.
Yeah.
The minister of the king, the guardian of the Pelagshim, the concubines, and she would not come again to the king unless he requested her. The king requested her and called her by name.
Right. So she would go there in the evening, and then that would be her time with the king. And then she would be taken from the king's back to a different place. The ones that had been with the king, they had a special place. The ones that were going to see the king had one place, and then the ones that had been with the king had another place. And she would stay there, and she was now taken care of in the palace of the king. And if the king wanted to see her again, he'd call her, and if not, she'd just stay there.
Uve Hagia Tor Esther Bas Avichayo Dod Mordechai Asher Lakach Lo Levas Lavo El Hamelech Lo Vik Shah Davar Ki Im Es Asher Yomar Hegai Saris Hamelech Shomer Hanashim Vatehi Esther Noses Chain Beinei Kol Roeha. Okay, and the turn of Esther came. That is the daughter of Avihail, the uncle of Mordechai. That he took her to him as a daughter to come to the king. It was Esther's turn to come to the king. She did not request a thing that except that which Haggai, the minister of the king, told her. I'm sorry, the minister of the king and the guardian of the women told her. She didn't request anything except what he told her, and it was that Esther found grace in the eyes of all that saw her.
So this is the beginning, and this is another miracle that took place here, right? First of all, one of the reasons why she didn't take anything extra is because she couldn't do anything actively to interest the king. She only could do, if she wanted to remain permissible, everything had to be against her will. So she was unable to do anything that would be a positive action that would bring her closer to the king. If he's had to do something against the will, that was one thing, but she wouldn't be permitted to do anything active. So therefore, whatever they told her to do, she did, but she didn't do anything on her own. And then the miracle is that
Hello.
in
Yes.
spite of the lack of preparation and interest, Esther was still
Yes.
chosen. Yeah, yes, she's true.
Excuse me, Rabbi.
What's that one?
Rabbi.
Yes, Lou, go
Sorry.
ahead.
That was Roy. He wants you to let him in.
You're the host. You can't let him in?
Let me see. I must have missed it. Okay, my bad.
No
Okay,
problem, no problem.
my problem. It was covered up. Sorry.
Also, when I'm doing the screen save, the screen share, I usually don't see those messages either.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, that was my fault. I covered up the part of the screen where it showed up.
no problem.
It didn't make any noise, so I didn't hear it.
Okay. Good morning, Roy.
Good morning. I've been trying to get in for a while. That's all
Sorry,
right.
my bad.
It doesn't matter. Where are we now, please?
Tet Vav, chapter 2, pasuk 16.
Right, thank you.
15. No, I'm sorry, not 16. 15. We just finished 15.
Mm.
Okay, let's go on to the next pasuk.
Okay. All right. So Tet Zion. V'tilachach, the v'tilachach Esther El Hamelech Achashverosh El Beis Malchuso, but the Chodesh Ha'asiri Hu Chodesh Teves Bishnas Sheva Le Malchuso. Okay, so and they took Esther to the house of Achashverosh, to the house of the king, in the month of Asiri,
10th meaning the 10th month.
the tenth month, which is the month of Teves. At the time of the Sheva 7. I'm not sure what this means. What's Bishnas?
In the year, the 7th year, Bishnas Sheva Lamalchuso, in the 7th year of the king's reign, of Achashverosh's reign.
Okay. So 7th year. So now we have a landmark. We were trying to figure out the time before, I think.
Right. Remember the Mishnah took place in the 3rd year, right? The 3rd year of
4 years have gone by.
Excuse me?
So 4 years have gone by.
Yeah, approximately 4 years, give or take. And so the question is, we don't really know, like we were trying to determine when was this, at what point was this search for a queen begun, right?
Right.
Was it shortly after, and then it took 4 years for Esther to be finally chosen to be the queen? Possibly.
So it was at least a year that from the time she had been sequestered to now.
Correct.
So at most 3 years went by.
Right.
Before the search.
Right. Okay. Good. We can try and pin things down as we get more information, and we can look around a bit. Okay. Let's continue on.
All right.
Now, and that was the month of Teves. The Meforshim explained that it was also Hashgacha Pratis that it was in Teves because it's one of the colder months, and therefore it's more pleasant to be with the person than in the summer months.
I see. Good point.
So it added. So which is see at this point we can make a question based on the fact that if there's going to be miracles, right? If there's going to be miracles, so in spite of the fact that the miracles that we're dealing with here, especially in Megilas Esther, and these in the story, the hidden miracles, right? So, nevertheless, meaning for Esther to become queen, the first and third is just the very odds of such a thing happening are very rare, and so Kadosh Baruch Hu wants to increase the odds al pi derech hateva, meaning that whatever miracles will have to take place, there'll be the most minimal miracles that need to take place rather than the maximum miracles. Right? So
Right.
that's a general hashkafa that we need to have when we're dealing with understanding the miracles that the Kadosh Baruch Hu makes. In general, Kadosh Baruch Hu will try and make the miracles as unobtrusive as possible, meaning he wants them to be as secret as possible. Here, especially in Megilas Esther, we see that there was quite a lot of what we call the Nisan story, the unseen, and you don't really realize it. That's why we have the Megillah. The Megillah, through a proper learning of the Megillah, you get to see, and it's really revealed to us the various different miracles, how they took place. Okay, let's continue on.
Ve'ehav hamelech Esther mikol hanashim vatisa chen v'chesed lefanav mikol habisulos. Vayasem Etzer Malchus Barosha Vayam Licheha Tachas Vashti. And Esther, I'm sorry, the king loved Esther more than all of the women. And she found grace and chesed and kindness before him, more than all of the, another word for young women, and he placed a crown of the queenship on her head. And she reigned instead of Vashti.
Right. So now Esther's the new queen. Esther is the new queen. Right. So if you take a look at the top balloon, just make a comment here. The pasuk's referring to Keser Malchus. So there's a mimer that we can try and explore a little bit based on Pierke Avos over there in the fourth parak.
Rabbi Shimon Omer Shalosha Kitarim Haim Keser Torah, the Keser Kahuna, the Keser Malchus, the Keser Shem Tov, Ole al Gabehen. So the words of I'm sorry, Rav Shimon says there are three crowns, and they are the crown of Torah, the crown of the priesthood, and the crown of kingship, and the crown of a good name rises up upon them, Gabehen.
Over all of them. It supersedes all of them.
All of them.
Mhm.
So he says there's three, and then he tells us about four.
Right. That's a specific question in there. And why did he say this? There are three which are of equal status, and there's one that's above them all.
Right. And she got the one of kingship.
Right. That's what Achashverosh wanted to give her, right?
Right.
That's what Achashverosh wanted to give her. And hopefully,
He put that crown on her head,
yes, I imagine so, yeah.
and she reigned.
Right.
What powers did she have? Any?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know what's the equivalent powers of the queen. I guess she took care of the royal kitchen, the royal laundromat.
Mm. Maybe the name, the queen, the appellation queen was one that just pointed her out as belonging to the king, and that's it. Don't touch.
Eh, I mean, that definitely so, right? That definitely so. The question is what, see, the pasuk says v'yamlicha, that she like Hamlicha, she wasn't just, it didn't say that she was the queen instead of Vashti, like she ruled, right? That she ruled, right? Which is a little bit of a different connotation, right? Um, I'm not sure. I don't know. Good point. Exactly what, in terms of what the powers of the Persian queens had, I don't know. It's a good point. Try and find out.
Rule. Where does it say she ruled instead of hosting? Where's the word ruled?
Yam
V'yichlicha.
Melichecha.
Where's that?
Third from the last word on the end of the pasuk.
Right.
Tachat Vashti.
An indication she ruled instead of Vashti.
Mhm.
But one second. And,
Where's the Yom Licha, is it?
yeah,
Yep, that's it.
Ruled, because it doesn't say ruled here in the art scroll. It just says
It's you're right. Made her queen in place of Vashti.
well,
Well, Yamlik might be to make.
Yes, it says he put the crown of the royal crown on her head and blank instead of Vashti. So it could
Right.
be and made her queen. I translated it as she ruled, but it could be made her queen. Let me see what I have in my English.
Yamlik, Himlik. Let me look that up and see if I can find it.
yeah, you could contrast it with if you go back to pasuk Daled, right?
Let's see. Himlik. Does this have it? Him.
Yeah, my English says made her queen.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, because Himlich in the dictionary says either to crown or make king. So the feminine ending, it makes it a queen, I guess. Yeah, very interesting.
take a look at the expression used in pasuk Daled.
Dalit. Let's see.
it's the young woman will be pleasing eyes with the king and will be crowned queen in place of Vashti.
Okay, let's see.
And Ahasuerus was pleased.
Yeah, mine says shall be queen.
1 second.
It says, yeah, it shall be queen. Okay, because here in this one here, it says here, the young woman will be pleasing in the eyes of the king, and then the editors put in at the end of this process, and then back to the text, will be crowned queen. At the end of this process, in the editors,
Shimloch.
will be crowned queen in place of Vashti.
And the word in Pasuk 4 is Timloch.
That's right. Does anyone have their Makser for Rosh Hashanah around?
Yeah, I can get that.
Himloch means what?
We'll find out soon.
Oh,
Must mean to rule. Timloch. We have that in our daily prayer. Let's, Yimloch Li'olam Va'ed.
Mm,
He will rule forever.
right.
Okay, I have the Makser for Rosh Hashanah. What am I looking for?
Okay, you can look by Myriv. It's Shmon Esrei for Myriv.
Okay.
So if you look at the V'chein Tein, after the V'chein Teins, at the very beginning of the standard Shmon Esreis for the Yomim Meroyim, so after you have three V'chein Teins, V'chein Tein,
Oh, yeah.
and then there's another one, V'chein Tein Pachad, and there's V'chein Tein Kavod,
Kavod.
V'chein Tzadikim, and then you have another paragraph before, where you said with Timloich Ata.
Oh, yeah.
be queen instead.
It says you'll reign.
You reign, you see that?
Yeah.
Will reign. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Timloch is like you will be king. Or what happened to my picture?
Yeah, we'll be king when you will be reigning. I mean, it's
Oh, man. Okay.
let's see, where was that in our daily? We have that in our. We say that. I think we say that in our daily.
Yeah, Hashem Yimloch Li'olam Va'ed.
Yeah, right by the end of Ashrei, no, no, not Ashrei, but Aleinu. Aleinu.
What's going on with I know what's going on with my computer. Huh.
Okay, I see. Now I
Very
see.
good. Yeah. Very good.
So whether this, so in the context of these psukim, I'm not sure it necessarily is indicating she had any special powers of rule or not. Definitely, she was made the queen. That's we all.
Right.
Huh. The computer. I can't see anything.
No?
Something happened to my computer. That's okay.
I can see and hear you fine.
Okay, well, that's good. My screen keeps blinking. I can't see any, and it's all black. Oh, it just came back a little bit.
oh, you're fine on my computer.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. This is only a self perception.
Maybe you're right.
That sometimes happens to me, Mayor. I think sometimes the screen needs to rest. I
Could be.
actually have another screen, so I when that happens to me, I switch from one to the other.
Yeah. I just turn my screen off for a minute or two and then on again, and it's
Oh, and it comes back.
helps a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you can turn your screen off.
Mm.
Can't.
I can stop the the video. Yeah.
That would stop us from seeing you. I don't think that would stop you from seeing us.
What's the difference, Rabbi Furst? What's the difference between Timloch and Yimloch and Yimloch?
I think Timloch is future and Yimloch is present, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Timloch is you will rule. Yimloch is he will rule. I think. I think they're both future.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Hashem Malach, it means he ruled.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Right. And that's yeah, we say that by just before Ashrei, right? We say that just before Ashrei, right? Timloch. And red. Is that the
Yeah. I don't have my
second?
I have a Spartak sitter. Let's see if it has it in here.
Okay.
Ashrei. No. Oh, hold it. That's the Ashrei after Torah reading, maybe.
All right.
Yeah, before Ashrei, it's Yimlo. Yimlo. It's before Ashrei. Shem Malach Hashem Yim.
Have to write down a declension table.
Well, isn't
Mhm.
Elok the future?
Yes, he will reign. It says for all eternity. Hashem yimloch li'olam va'ed.
But this is not Elok. This is Yam Lichecha.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's a he feel. That means it makes someone royalty.
Right.
The he feel.
Right. And she was made queen. She became
Yeah, by
queen.
the king. Right.
Right.
Exactly. Very good.
All right, let's continue on to the next part. So,
Vayas Hamelech Mishte Gadol L'chol Sarav Va'adav Eis Mishte Esther Va'anacha Lam Dinos Asa Vayitain Mas Ace Kiyad Hamelech. So the king Mishte is to drink.
yeah, feast, yes, feast.
The king had made a great feast for all of the officials and servants. The feast of Esther. What is Ha-Nacha? In the province,
I have amnesty
and he proclaimed amnesty
for the provinces. Yeah.
In the provinces that he gave under the auspices of the king. What is this word mas ace?
V'yitin Maaseis B'yad Hamelech. They gave Maaseis like those are presents or gifts, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay, so he proclaimed amnesty to all of the provinces, and he gave gifts in the name of the king.
Right.
So he was very happy.
Yes. So the question is, what was he giving? What was he giving at amnesty for? Giving these gifts? They don't. The people don't give things unless they have some ulterior motive. What was his motive here?
He wanted people to like Esther.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I guess. I mean,
Wasn't it the practice that once you weren't chosen, then you were sequestered away for life?
well, that was if she wanted to be chosen queen. I guess the queen was.
Right. Yeah. So then maybe amnesty had to do with that the girls were allowed back home.
Could be.
That's part of it anyway.
The question is, what was what kind of amnesty, right? What was the amnesty that was given over here?
My English says a tax holiday.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. All right, tax holiday. So that's an answer to our question. Good. Okay, let's do one more pasuk.
Oh, here's interesting. My commentary says that he was trying to find out Esther's nationality. And she wouldn't tell him. So he exempted all his subjects from their annual tax in Esther's honor. He was sure that this would cause relatives to step forward. If the king was willing to forego an entire year's taxes for the sake of Esther, imagine what he would do for her blood relatives.
Uh-huh.
So it was a plan, but it didn't work.
Right.
Then he sent gifts in Esther's name that would tempt her relatives to boast, but it also didn't work.
Very good. That's very good.
So that's your ulterior motive.
Right. Okay. Good. Very nice. So that's good. That's good. It's opening up things a little bit. Fine. Very nice. Okay. Good. So let's stop at this. The next pasuk we kabetz besulos shenis. We're gonna have to. This will also be part of the reason why he started collecting the women again, right? Because the question arises: he's got himself a queen now. What is he having another collection of women for? But we'll see about that tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay.
Very good.
Rabbi, I'll be missing next year. I have to go for a medical test.
All right. Hatzlacha, Rabbi
I
Shalema.
mean, thank you.
Right in this sheet. Okay.
Okay. So we won't see you, Rabbi Levitz.
No, I won't be there.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Enjoy your test.
Yeah, thank you.
But what else can I say?
Haslacha
Might as
Rabbah.
well. Amen.
It's like a rubber. Okay. And
Okay.
enjoy.
May you have a successful test.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, be well. Hopefully I'll
right.
see someone later.
I can't resist this one. Hope you pass with flying colours.